Hello, Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I'd like to show you how to use some of our stencils and some of our dies and how they work so well together. This whole background right here was done with a stencil, and it's one of our new stencils. It's called Nature Collage right here. It's just a beautiful little stencil made of all little squares. It's just gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Nature Collage, we're going to use that, and then the die that we're going to use is our Starburst Bloom die. That's a mouthful. It's our Starburst Bloom die, all right? It has a lot of different pieces, 6 to be exact, and I used the middle, I used a lot of it. I just use it, these are done for leaves, just a simple die to use, and lots of fun, very, very delicate. All right, so let's get started. I also use some of our washi tape from our catalog, and don't forget to look at our tape rack. These washi tape racks are phenomenal, all right? You get a set of 3 and they stack. I have a tower. I think I have 9 of them. So that would be 3 sets of them. They're just absolutely phenomenal. So you want to make sure you check out the tape rack along with all of our little tapes. All right, so this is the card we're going to be working on. I am actually going to start with the background and our stencil. So let's bring in our Nature Collage Stencil. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to bring in my background, or my layer here, all right? So let's put this underneath it. Now, one of the things I like to do is not to lay it so that you're gonna leave a line when you're doing this. So when I place this onto my scrap paper, let me just show you, okay? When I place this onto my scrap paper, I want to make sure that I have design all the way around. For this particular one, you do want it to be pretty straight because it does have a design that is very symmetrical. So you want to make sure that your paper is nice and straight inside here. All right, just like that. And like I said, I want some of the design to be a little bit on all sides. And so I'm just kind of watching this side over here. I'm watching the top, so I don't have any border. All right, so my design goes all the way to the end. All right, so now let's take our colors. For this, I'm going to use bubblegum. I'm going to use Cool Pool, which is my favorite color. And then we're going to use one that not a lot of people see a lot of, and that's Sweet Pear. But when you pair it up, when you pair it up with other colors, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So let's start with our bubble gum, and I have a sponge for each color. I just take my sponges and quarter them up, and I'm just going to start off the paper and then go into the paper, all right, just like this. I just re-inked my ink pad, so I do have a lot of color on there. So you just want to be a little bit careful when you do that, because it will, now it does dry lighter, okay? The other thing I want to make sure that I tell you is try not to overlap your colors too much. Leaving some white in between, I think that just makes it so much prettier. And if you start overlapping your colors, what's going to happen is it's going to start getting muddy looking, all right? So I'm going to take my Cool Pool next and just kind of randomly anywhere stamp, or not stamp, but burnish. I'm burnishing my sponges, all right? Just burnish your color in. When you have little tiny designs like this one over here, you want to make sure that you really get it into that color spot. See right in here? Because they're very, very tiny. Make sure that you get color all the way around. This one's even tinier, so you want to make sure you get it in there. All right, I think I'm done with my Cool Pool. And then I'm going to come back in last but not least with my beautiful Sweet Pear. It's just such a pretty light green. All right, and then we're just going to color in the rest of this. All right, I do leave some, whoops, I moved it a little bit. I do leave some white in there. And there we go. All right, so you can see right now that I have color pretty much everywhere. I did leave some white. If you want to tape down the edges, you can, but I find that you really don't have to, because when you lift this up, it is just gorgeous. Now this will lighten up as it dries, but I still like the color. I think it looks absolutely beautiful just the way it is. And now we're ready to put our layers together. So I'm going to start with my washi tape, and I used the Cool Parade washi tape. That would be this one right here, and that's found on page 246. It's this one right here. It's the Cool Parade right here. It's just beautiful. These washi tapes are just breathtaking. They're just They're beautiful. I just don't have anything else to say. Now, the nice thing about this is that you can take and you can pull them to whatever size you want, and then there's a serrated edge right here on our tape dispenser, and you can take and you can just pull off what you need and then just slice it off just like your saran wrap. All right, so you just have the serrated edge. It's just awesome. And then if you want to use that little decorative edge, you can, but you don't have to. All right, so for this one, you're not going to actually see it. So I'm just going to take and lay it down like this, and then I like to just kind of lap it over the end like that so it stays. And then I have my next piece right here. I'm just going to put those two together. And if you accidentally put it down and it's in the wrong spot, you can lift it up. This is so forgiving. You need to start using your washi tape because it is such a beautiful accent to each and every card. And then get the washi tape dispenser to go along with it, and you've got a match made in heaven. All right, so we just added those two like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering. So I'm going to bring in my biggest flower, and that's the one that I punched out of my background piece, okay? That's my biggest flower. I'm going to use some of my large foam squares. These are actually the medium ones, all right? And we have medium and small, and they're just so versatile, all right? So that's going to go right here, and I'm going to cover up the bottom of my washi tape because for this one I decided I didn't want it to be seen, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little guy right here, and I'm going to use one of our Journey Dots. Let's grab those. Remember our Journey Dots you get from the bottom. It's got this amazing little dispenser already built in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull here, and what comes up is this little piece right here. They don't get stuck to your box. They don't get stuck to you. It's awesome. And then what I'm going to do is just lay it on there just like that. And I'm going to offset that just a little bit. All right. And then I'm going to take another one of our Journey Dots and put that in the middle here. All right, and just offset that. Okay, and then I punched out from the die. The die also has in here our little circle. So I punched out our little circles. I just did a bunch of them ahead of time. So I'm just going to grab one of those. You know me, when I do stuff, I do it in gangbusters. So I've got a whole bunch of those already. Grabbing another one of our Journey Dots. And add that right to the middle of it. Now what we're going to do, and again, I like to leave my cards so that they are generic, so I'm not going to put any words on them. I will grab my crease tool and crease down my card here. Okay, just like that. So much fun. All right, and then we're going to add this little holy piece right here because we saved our paper. I love to teach you guys to save paper. Remember when you're using your Easy Glide that you go soft? That's why they call it Easy Glide, people. The lighter you go, the better it is. All right, so there's that, and then we're going to turn this over and just put a little bit. Add that. See how easy this is? But look at the background. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We had a team meeting, and one of my my teammates showed us how to do this card. Mine's a little tiny bit different, but not much. But she showed us how to do this card, so I wanted to share it with all of you. So thank you, Deanna Whitney. You are the bomb. All right. One last thing that we need to do, we want to make this look like one of our candy dots, okay? And you do that by using our Journey Glaze right here. So I'm just going to take and add some Journey Glaze to this. And you'll notice that I put everything together and I put my Journey Glaze on while it's on the paper. And you just kind of rub it around nice and thick, and it looks like one of our little candy dots. Make sure you put the top back on, all right, and you are good to go. That is our card for today. Isn't that beautiful? It is absolutely gorgeous, and like I said, super easy, super fast, and that's the way we need to crank out our cards. So sit down and do 10 of these, put them in your card box, and then you've got them when you need to grab them, and then you can kind of customize it on the inside. Happy birthday, thinking of you, with sympathy, whatever you need. Have a great day, you know, anything that you need. I hope you liked my post for today. If you have any questions, you let me know. You know how to get a hold of me. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.